as well. And gotta give a shout out, of course, to not only Activision and the Baka Bros and everybody behind the scenes that made this all happen, but Pulse Check happening right now. We've got some amazing watch parties happening. Zuma's got a watch party going. The Pulse Check on Repulse's channel has a watch party going, and they're having a blast watching some of these as well.
Well, here we go. Speaking of Team Biffle versus Team Ghosty, this is map 2, the hardpoint section. And, well, if you are Team Ghosty, this is certainly where you're going to want to come out on top if you want to extend this lead. And 35-0, certainly a fantastic way to kick things off.
And again, if there's anybody that's going to win some of these maps here in multiplayer, whether it's the 1v1s or the hardpoint, this is one of the teams that could do it. Like, Sage isn't some prolific multiplayer fiend, and neither really is Biffle, but they can both hang, and they both can get hot real quick. And when Biffle's hot, almost nothing can stop him. Ghosty, though, certainly hot currently. 5-0 on the map thus far. Would like to have a perfect game, but is going to have to go big here for a double, and gets it. Sage completely unaware, trying to face down. It looks like potentially Joe Deceives on the other side. Currently, Joe has yet to find a kill himself, but Ghosty has 7.
Well, you're supporting your teammate. You're letting Ghosty get all the kills, share in all the glory, trying to make it in 8-3, but that's going to be the teammate in Joe Deceives there to cover that right side through the main lobby. Ghosty cleans it up now on 8, and that lead growing ever more substantial. We do have another team that I think has pushed into their 1v1s. That is going to be Abizi and Celium tying it up in map 2 versus Destroy and Adrian. They will be heading into 1v1s, as will Illy and Capsule versus Smixy and Flanked. And this looks like it's trending in the same direction so far, Coach.
Yeah, so far so good. Now, of course, Anderson is Biffle. Sage on the other side has yet to find one in a bit of a blender. 0-7 on the map currently. But again, that's how things go here in 2v2 hardpoint. You're not on your groove or able to find some momentum, or every single time you spawn, you get caught out by a flank. I think that's one of the things we'll be talking about all day today in the 2v2 hardpoints too, Katie, is that, like, a lot of these CDL teams do not need to put 2 on the point, right? You're going to have 1 on the point and 1 playing the routes on the outside, because usually the route man on the outside is going to be able to pick up at least 1, if not a 1v2. So having 1 person on the point means get foreign kills, but we're in a little snaking battle. It's Biffle versus Ghosty, and all of a sudden Biffle's got some backup. Ghosty wins it. Can he get the double? No. Sage finally finds his first. A little cat and mouse game. That was a fun one to watch.
That was a fun one, and I was prepared to see if perhaps Ghosty was able to get the turnaround and get the kill, but not meant to be. Sage finally on the board. But yeah, nice. You got a kill, but you guys have a combined, what, 22 seconds of hill time? So 21 seconds of hill time. We got to go ahead and up those numbers a little bit, Coach. I'm glad they got the kill, but, well, you're at a deficit of over 100. So, unfortunately, I think maybe the excitement of that short-lived for them. A lot of work to do.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing about this is some of these teams, they really won't have a chance to learn how to play 2v2 hardpoints. I doubt there's a lot of squads that actually spent the time practicing it, but it's definitely different. Like, you can watch as Sage and Biffle, they've been trying to contest every point possible, right? They've actually stalled out the other team several times from farming another 15 or 20 points, but they haven't net any points to themselves yet, hardly at all, right? And right now, Sage can't even enter into the point because, well, the other duos locked it up. They've got to play a different place. I even think Flanked and Smixy had a better time with this because they were less concerned about contesting points and more concerned about getting to the next one and setting up for new and then locking down that point. And you're almost trading points left and right unless you can catch one out and you have player advantage. I think that's the strategy going into this. Even Warzone players can hold down a hard point correctly if done well and set up early to where you can catch all the different angles and then win your 1 or you win a 2v1 or otherwise. I think our CDL pros are going to get a little aggressive sometimes. Sage is able to grab one nice one. Biffle coming in from another angle. Does get Joe weak, but has to clean him up now and immediately in order to grab some points. Here comes Ghosty trying to play cleanup, man.
Trying to play cleanup and, well, not able to do it. Sage now warming up a bit at 5 and 11, but I think, again, a long way for them to go if they want to bring it back. Ghosty at 17 and 5. Sage does have that dead silence out, looking to find a player. Doesn't come in contact with anyone just yet. And this is another one of those advantages you're going to see out of the CDL pros is that they already know where they should be looking when they
Sure.
rotate into rooms, right? They already know the angles, they already know where to be. That's not going to be the same for Team Biffle, and that is something that they are going to exploit. Joe Deceives all set up, has the cross shots from Ghosty across the way, forces Team Biffle just beyond the site. Joe Deceives goes for one, not able to get it. Sage with the wall bang. He stops the bleeding, allows him to get on the point, but just for a moment as Ghosty comes in with the trade.
You know, it's going to be crazy is, yes, we have, you know, two sides of the bracket, all the matchups set up with CDL versus Warzone to start. Eventually, we're going to get into CDL players versus CDL players, or Warzone players versus Warzone players, depending on how this bracket shakes up. And you're going to be watching CDL players battle each other on Warzone maps, too, which is going to be a lot of fun. So keep an eye out for that. But currently on your board here should just be kind of a matter of time. It does look like a nice little comeback to some degree for Biffle and Sage. Biffle with over a minute of hill time at this point, but Joe Deceives has matched that and bettered it with over 2 minutes.
Over 2 minutes, and now the 200-point threshold has been breached. Team Ghosty looking well on their way to extending this to map 3. And while Ghosty with a quick little two-piece, a nice distraction there out of Joe, has them looking the wrong direction. Ghosty makes it 3. 22-6, having a good time here as well. They can't end it on this hill if Team Biffle isn't able to contest.
Yeah, and I do like the strategy of Ghosty and Joe Deceives. Like, it's very obvious Ghosty trying to grab kills, and Joe Deceives just playing cleanup and playing point man, right? Like playing the hill over and over and over again. Every single one set up by Joe. Ghosty's grabbing the flanks, Ghosty's grabbing the kills, and then Joe right here saving the day to close this thing out. Has enough time to do so, and I think with that elimination should just do that. Sage and Biffle will never give up, but with only 2 seconds remaining, there it is. Joe Deceive and Ghosty, they win map 2. Of course, they lost map 1, which means we're going to be going into some 1v1s as expected, as planned, and as foretold by the casters, Katie. This is what we're going to be seeing all day today, I can only imagine.
Only imagine, and well, it's not just the map 3 best of ones and winners. It's gonna be best of 1v1s on shipment all throughout the lower bracket as well. There we have it, 25-6, almost 3,000 damage out of Ghosty. Joe Deceive just hanging out in the backpack, chilling, says Ghosty. You know, go forth, fly, pick up all the eliminations you need. Now, we do know that there's at least 2